There we go. So then we're just going to start to warm up through the legs. So we're going to bring the feet out, a bit wider than hip width, toes out on the diagonal at 10 to 2. We're going to take it down into a squat. So just bringing the hands, grabbing hold of the hands here, or prayer hands, whatever you like. We're just going to come down nice and deep into that squat. So just bring the bottom almost down level with the knees. We're going to drive up through the heel. That's it. And then slightly tuck that tailbone under, so engage the glutes at the top. Inhaling as we come down. And exhale, really squeezing the glutes at the top. Let's get those glutes working. Perfect. So let's go for a couple more. Ooh, crap, that was my hip. Squeeze, and then we're going to stay down on this last one. We're just going to gently pull. So weight over the heels. Just going to warm up through the legs. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Nice little bounce. 3, 2, and 1. Stay down. Inhale, breath. Exhale, drive up through the heel. Feel that burn in the quads. Nice, well done. Relaxing the arms down to the side. Bringing both feet forward, we're going to take it into our tabletop pose. So bringing the arms out to the side, lengthen through the arms, open up the chest. Inhale, breath as we exhale. Pushing that weight back over the heel as we come down into our tabletop pose. So pushing that weight backwards, get that nice 90-degree bend. So nice and straight and long through the spine. Imagine we're trying to balance a tray of drinks. We're just going to hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. And then come down into that flop again. So relaxing through head, neck, and shoulders. Bringing the hands down to the floor. So you might need to shuffle the feet out a little bit here. We're going to take it into a side bend. So just bending through one knee, making sure that foot stays flat to the floor. So feeling that stretch into the inside of the leg. And then pushing that bottom back up towards the ceiling and down to the other side. Again, keeping the foot nice and flat to the floor. And push the bottom back up. Relaxing through the head again and neck. Inhale, breath. Exhale, scoop the tummy. Roll the spine back up and out. And again, at the top again, reset the shoulders. Slide those shoulder blades down and back. Now we'll get down to the floor and do some Pilates. So coming to the end of the mat first, let me just adjust my camera so you can see my mat. We're going to stand at the end of the mat first. We're going to take it down back with a roll down. So arms down by the side, tailbone tucked between the legs. Inhale, breath. As we exhale again, bring the chin towards the chest. Start to roll the spine down, keeping that tailbone tucked under, relaxing through the arms, keeping the knees soft. Starting to approach the mat with the hands. We're going to walk halfway out to plank. So just feel that nice gentle stretch into the hamstring. We're going to take roughly 3 steps forward, keeping the knees nice and soft. In fact, pop a little bit more of a bend into the knee. We're going to push the floor away, bring the head through the arms. Feel that nice stretch into the mid-thoracic spine. And then we're going to try and drive the heel down towards the floor, nice and gently, feeling that stretch into the back of the legs. And then again, softening through the knees. We're going to bring the weight over the hands and take it into a little mini press. You can either just hold it here for level 1, or we can bring the top of the head, the crown of the head down towards the floor. So popping a little bend into the elbow, and then exhale as we push the floor away. So we're either holding downward dog here, or adding in a little press. Inhaling down, exhale it up. Let's go for 3 more. Just warming up through the shoulders. 1, 2, nice and strong through the arms. Inhaling down, exhale, pushing back up to downward dog. We're then going to bend through the knees, taking it into a little knee hover. You can bring the knees all the way down here if you like, but just keep the abs switched on. So keeping that nice strong connection between the ribs and the hips. We're going to hold it here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring the knees down to the floor. Have a little sit back into the heels here. Walk it forward with the hands, lengthen through the spine. Couple of focused breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then just bringing the hands, the wrists back underneath the shoulders. We're going to find neutral shoulder in this position now. So what we need to do is just dip down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to push up, we're going to part the shoulder blades. So pushing up, and then bringing down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So neutral shoulder is somewhere in the middle of those two movements. So let's do a couple more. Squeeze and push. And then to find neutral, so halfway, so nice and strong through the shoulder. We're going to turn the toes underneath again and take it back up into our knee hover. So take an inhale breath to prepare. As we exhale, really switch those abdominals on as we hover the knees above the mat. Level 1, we're going to hold it here. Level 2, we're going to step the foot out into full plank. 1, 2, and then step back in, bringing those knees back underneath the hip. We're going to go for 3 of those. So keeping the hips nice and still, level with the body. Nice and strong through the arms, strong through the shoulder. Keep that neutral shoulder. Last one. Step, step. Coming back into our knee hover and gently bringing the knees back down to the floor. Have a little sit back into the heels here. Walk it forward with the arms and hands and just relax for a couple of breaths. And then just have a walk around to one side with the hands, feeling that nice stretch into the side of the body there. And then walking the hands back through the centre, over to the other side. And then coming back to centre again. We're going to come up onto our knees for this one. So we're going to work the quads. So we're going to widen out through the knees here. So bringing the knees to the outside edge of the mat, but keeping the feet together. We're going to work glutes here. So bringing the arms out in front. We're going to bend through the hip on this first one. So nice and controlled. We're just going to lean in forwards, lengthening through the spine, reaching forwards with the arms. And then we're going to push it back up, really squeezing that tailbone between the legs at the top. So really squeeze the glutes there. And then coming back down. Nice and controlled, straight up to plonk the bottom down. And then coming back up. A little squeeze. And then back down again. So control it back down. Let's just do a couple more. And last one, squeezing that tailbone between the legs. We're now not going to bend through the hip. We're going to lean in backwards. So just lean, lean, lean. Feeling that nice stretch down the front of the legs. And then coming back up to centre. We're going to go for 4 more of these. Inhale as we come back. Perfect. Exhale as we come forwards. Keeping that tailbone really tucked between the legs. So really squeezing the glutes all the time here. Last 3. One. 2. And 3. Nice, well done. Bringing the hands down to the mat. In fact, coming all the way down to the mat now. We're going to work upper spine, so from the middle of the back upwards. So lying down on the floor, we can widen out through the legs a little bit here. So just bring the feet to the corners of the mat. Bringing the hands to underneath the head. Again, engaging through the core, so scooping that tummy button up, slightly pushing the pubic bone down into the floor, so nice and neutral spine. We're going to take an inhale breath at the bottom to prepare. As we exhale, we're going to come up into a little hover. So think more length through the spine here rather than lift. We're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to come back down to the mat nice and slowly. Let's go again. Inhale breath. Exhale, lift and lengthen. Imagine a piece of string from the crown of the head, the head being pulled away from you. So loads of length through the top part of the spine. We're holding for 3, 2, 1. And then coming back down. On this next one, I'm going to give you a different option. So coming up into that little hover. Level 1, we're going to hold it here. We're going to increase the lever length, so lengthening through the arms. You'll feel it harder on the spine. Lengthen through the arms, frame the face. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Hands come back under and bring it back down to the floor. On this next one, I'm going to offer you a different level. So take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to come up. We're going to hold it here for level 1. Level 2, we're going to bring the arms out to the side. And level 3, we're going to rotate the arms round, coming up a little bit higher. And then bringing the hands back underneath the head. And inhale back down to the floor. Inhale breath. Exhale, lift and lengthen. Hold it here, level 1. Level 2. Arms come out in front. Hold. Level 3, we're going to bring the arms around to the side so we lift up a little bit higher. Really working that spine. Bring the arm, hands back underneath the head and back down to the floor. Let's go for 3 more reps. Inhale breath. Exhale, coming up. Nice, Abby. Hold it here, level 1, level 2, arms come out in front, reach, reach, reach. Level 3, come up a little bit higher, rotate those arms round. Nice, lovely. And then bring the hands back underneath the forehead and slowly lower it back down. Last 2 reps. Inhale breath, exhale, coming up. Hold for level 1, level 2, arms come out, frame the face, squeeze the ears. Level 3, sweep those arms round, coming up a little bit higher. It's like breaststroke. Hands come back under. Last one. Inhale breath. Exhale, coming up. Level 2, arms lengthen out in front. Increase that lever length. Level 3, bring the arms round, lifting up a little bit higher with the shoulders and head. And then bringing the hands back underneath the forehead. And lower it back down to the mat. Well done. So relaxing the upper spine now. I'm going to work the glutes a little bit. So keeping the legs out wide, sort of mat width. We're going to take an inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to hover, float the right leg up. So squeezing from the glutes. And then inhale as we come back down. And then up the other side. So exhale, lift and lengthen. Imagine somebody's pulling that toe away from you. Inhale it back. 1 more on each side. Exhale it up. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Then we're going to go with both legs at the same time. Inhale breath, keeping that pubic bone pushed down into the floor, squeezing from the glutes. We're going to lift, 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 lengthen, 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 hold for 3, 2, 1, and release back down to the floor. Last one, take an inhale breath. Exhale, squeezing from the glutes. Holding at the top for 3, lengthen through those legs, straight as you can with the legs, 2, 1, and release back down. Well done. Bringing the hands to underneath the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to push it up onto the knees and sit it back between the heels taking it into a wide leg child pose, just lengthen those glutes back out again. Bring that upper body down towards the floor. And release, well done. Then we're going to come down to our sides. We're going to work the obliques first with some leg raises. So coming into one nice straight line to begin with, bringing the head onto the hand or the arm, whichever you prefer, just making sure the hips are stacked, the shoulders are stacked. So we're going to take an inhale breath to prepare, keeping the heels squeezed together, so we're engaging through the inside of the leg and the pelvic floor. We're going to exhale, lift and lengthen through the leg, so coming up as high as we can, so feeling it inside of the waist here. We're going to hold at the top for 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Let's go again, 4 more reps. Exhale, coming up as high as we can, squeezing those heels together. 3, 2, 1, and release. Last 2. Exhale, coming up. Squeeze the heels, lift the legs. 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Last one. Inhale, breath. Exhale as we lift, and then 3 nice deep breaths at the top. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. 1, 2, and 3. Release the feet back down to the floor, nice and controlled. Well done. Then we're going to bring the legs out in front into our tabletop position. So we're going to work outside the glutes now, making sure the hips are stacked. Push the hip away, lift the waist up from the mat, so you can slot a piece of Lego underneath that waist. We're going to stay like this, and we're going to start to work side glutes. So we're going to open up the hip, keeping the foot and knee nicely aligned. Don't open too wide. The knee just wants to come up to just above hip level, and then inhale as we lower back down. But also imagine we're trying to pop that balloon in between the thighs. So just visualizing that balloon helps us just to engage through the inside of the leg there, squeezing the leg back down. Just warming up through the glute there. Perfect. Inhale, squeeze the leg back down. Lovely. Let's go for 3 more. Keeping the foot in line with the knee, so don't leave the foot behind. Keeping everything nice and level. And last one. On this next one, we're going to bring that hip knee just above hip level and lengthen out through the leg. And then we're going to bring the knees together. So just increase that lever length, bring the knees together and lift. So you'll just feel the glute working a little bit harder. I've been reading my glute book over lockdown. Squeeze, inhale, release, lovely. Keep it going. Let's go for 4. So you should be feeling that in the side of the bottom. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring the knee level with the hip, and then we're going to slide the leg back so it's level with the body. Inhale, breath, exhale, lift. Squeezing, keeping the hips both facing the front, so try not to roll back on the hip. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. That's it, perfect. Remembering that Lego underneath the waist. Try not to sink the waist down into the floor. Let's go for 2. On this next one, we're going to lead the leg up. And we're going to pulse. We're going to pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, squeezing from the side of the bottom, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the leg down, bringing the knees in front. sliding that bottom leg away, just give the bottom a little rub. And then we're going to come down onto the spine, just to stretch that glute out. We're also going to work across the waist as we do this. So coming down into that nice neutral spine position. So tuck the tailbone under, bring the foot across the knee. We're also going to bring it, well no, let's stretch the glute out first. So just bring that leg up into tabletop position. Just feel that nice stretch into the bottom. Couple of nice deep breaths. Breathe into the stretch. And then just gently place the foot back down to the floor, leaving the other foot across the knee, bringing the hands behind the head, making sure the spine's nicely imprinted. We're going to bring the elbow over towards that knee. So opposite elbow, inhale breath as we exhale. We're coming up, reaching across the waist, leaving the other elbow down on the floor, and then coming back down nice and slowly. Control it back down. Exhale it up, squeezing the rib towards the hip, opposite rib to hip, and then inhale, coming back down. Try not to pull up on the neck on this one. Keep those elbows out nice and wide. And inhale, lower. Let's go for 4 more. Exhale it up, squeeze. Inhale as we come back down. Last 3. 2. And last 1. Exhale, we're going to hold at the top. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release back down to the floor. Well done. Bringing the foot back down to the mat. So the feet are in line with the hips. Keeping that neutral spine again, so we shouldn't have lifted the spine at all there. So get that nice imprint. You're just going to work a little bit of ab prep. So arms down by the side, collarbones nice and wide. Just to prepare the neck flexors here. Take an inhale breath. As we inhale, just start to bring the chin towards the chest. Lifting up the head and shoulders. As we exhale, we're going to come up, reaching forward with the arms. Take an inhale breath at the top. And then exhale as we slowly place the spine back down on the mat, bringing the head down. So we're just prepping the neck to lift the head. Inhale breath, chin comes towards the chest. Exhale breath as we come up, lifting those head and shoulders. We're going to hold on the inhale breath. And then exhale as we come back down again. Keeping those collarbones out nice and wide. Inhale breath, chin comes towards the chest. Exhale breath as we lift. We're going to hold it at the top now. We're going to lift it an inch and then come down an inch. Come up an inch, keeping the knees nice and still, and down an inch. Let's go for 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Up an inch, down an inch, and then all the way down to the floor. Well done. Bringing the arms down. We're now going to go straight into the 100. So we're nicely prepped with the abdominals. So arms down by the side, lifting first leg up into tabletop position, making sure there's no movement from the pelvis or the spine. Exhale, bring the second leg up to tabletop. So nice 90-degree bend there in the knee. We're going to start to hinge from the shoulder. So really strong arms for this. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Imagine we're bouncing a basketball. Don't allow the spine to come up. Level 2, head and shoulders come up. Reach it forward like we've just done. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And level 3, lengthen through the legs and pulse. Nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Lovely, Elaine. Keep it going. Just over halfway. 7. 8. Nearly there. 9. Last 10 pulses. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice strong arms. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10. Well done. Bring the head and shoulders down. Hug the knees into the chest. Have a little roll. And then we're just going to have a nice stretch out of the abdominal. So just bringing the feet down onto the floor, arms down by the side, keeping both hips down onto the floor. We're just going to roll the knees across to one side, feeling a lovely stretch down side of the waist. And then just bringing the knees back through the center and over to the other side. So again, try to keep both hips down to the floor, just feel that stretch across the waist. And then bring it back up to center. We're now going to work double leg stretch. So we're going to bring the knees back up into our tabletop position without the spine lifting, find that nice imprint. Bringing the feet together, softening through the knees, so bringing the feet up towards the floor. So we're making a diamond shape with the legs. Arms are down by the side. We're going to inhale as we lengthen the feet up towards the ceiling, keeping the heels together. Exhale, we're going to come up with the head and shoulders, reaching forwards, bringing the arms behind the head, and then coming back down, bringing the legs back into that diamond shape. So to make this a little bit harder, level 1, legs go up. Level 2, we're going to reach the legs out on the diagonal. So keeping the feet together, coming up with the head and shoulders, bringing the arms up, and then rotate round back to our diamond. So inhale, lengthen, exhale it up, and then rotate it round. Arms come up, increase that lever length, work those abdominals, and then bring it back to center. Let's go for 4 more. So inhale, reach with the arms and legs. Exhale, bring the arms up above the head, and then sweep it back, bringing the legs back into that diamond shape. Let's keep it going. Last 3. Arms come up and over. Reach the arms round to the side, work the shoulders, bring the legs back into that diamond shape. Last 2. Lengthen, reach. Arms come up and round. Last 1. Reach with the legs, keep the heels together. Arms come up behind the head. Rotate, keeping that spine nicely imprinted, bringing the legs back into our diamond shape, bringing the head and shoulders down, bringing the knees into the chest, have a little roll around. And then for the next one, we'll just give those abdominals a rest. We're just going to work shoulder bridge. If you've got a ball, grab a ball. If not, don't worry, we'll just pretend. So, hands on either side of the ball. We're going to shuffle the feet in to underneath the knees. The heels are underneath the knees, a little bit closer to the bottom, but still making sure we've got that nice imprint with the spine. So ball comes up towards the ceiling, hands either side, anchor the shoulders down into the floor. Inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to pelvic tilt, sink the lower back down into the floor as we start to peel the spine up from the mat. Squeezing the tailbone through the legs at the top, so squeezing the glutes. Keeping the knees still over the heels. Inhale breath. Exhale, just start to slowly place the spine back down again. Mobilizing through the spine. That's it. And bottom touches the floor. Inhale breath. Exhale, pelvic tilt. Peel the spine up. Squeeze, connect that nice straight slope. So we're onto our shoulders. Nice ski slope. Then we're going to inhale the ball behind the head. Exhale, coming back up. Keeping that nice strong bridge. Inhale breath. Exhale, slowly place the spine back down again. That's it. Inhale breath. Exhale, peel the spine up. Squeeze those hips up towards the ceiling. Squeeze that tailbone between the legs. Bring the ball behind the head. Exhale, bring the ball back up towards the ceiling. Anchor those shoulders. Inhale, breath. Exhale, slowly place the spine back down. So that's level 1. Level 2, inhale, breath. Exhale, same thing again, peeling up. This time, we're going to bring the ball behind the head. And as we do, bring it back up towards the ceiling. We're going to lift up through the right leg, bringing the ball towards the knee, keeping that nice strong bridge, and then bringing the ball and the leg back down to the floor, going up with the other side. Keeping those hips level, and back down again. So if that's too much, just keep both feet down onto the floor, and just bring the arms up and back. Let's go for 2 more on each side. Inhale it back. Keeping those hips level, pushing those hips up towards the ceiling. Last one on each side. And the last one. Inhale, bring the ball back behind the head. Take an inhale breath. As we exhale, just start to place the spine 1 vertebrae at a time down onto the floor. Control it all down. Nice, well done. Just take a little step forward with the feet, so the feet aren't as close to the bottom. We're going to work our teaser next, everybody's favourite. So lengthening the right leg away from the body, keeping the thighs parallel, so the legs out to 45 degrees. Inhale, breath. As we exhale, we're going to come up with the ball, head and shoulders, and reach up towards the big toe. We're going to hold on the inhale breath, and then exhale as we slowly place the spine back down. Control it all the way down. Let's go for 3 more on this side. Exhale, coming up, chin to chest, prep the neck flexors, reach, inhale, hold, and exhale as we slowly bring the spine down. Last 2. Reach, hold, and lower. Don't worry if you're not all the way up. Last one. Really lengthening that foot away. Hold, and lower back down. Bring the ball back behind the head and place the foot down onto the floor. We're going to do the same on the other side, so 4 teasers. So lengthening that left leg away, reaching with the toe, spine's nicely imprinted. Inhale, breath as we exhale. So you might only come up to this position, which is fine. We're going to hold and then slowly lower it back down. Last 3. Inhale, breath. Exhale it up. Hold it here. And then slowly lower. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale. Lovely. And lower it back down. Last one. Inhale, breath. Exhale it up. Hold it here. And then slowly lower it back down. So also working that hip flexor there, holding that position, bringing the foot down to the floor and taking it out into a full body stretch. So just lengthening through arms and legs. Have a good circle of wrists and ankles here too. Deep breaths. And then we're going to come up into seated, so just bringing the arms up towards the ceiling. Palms facing, anchor the shoulders. Take an inhale breath as we exhale, bring the chin towards the chest, so prep the neck flexors as we start to peel the spine up from the floor, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Reach it nice and tall at the top, so nice and tall through the spine. Then we're going to C-curve with the spine, so spine stretch, so reaching over that beach ball on the lap, reaching forwards with the hands, forgotten the word very quickly, and backwards with the waist. Get that lovely C-curve into the spine. Hold it here, couple of breaths, And then lengthening through the spine again. Arms out level with the shoulders, shoulders down and back. We're going back down into our roll down. Inhale, breath as we exhale, little pelvic tilt, and slowly start to place the spine down. Keeping the heels down to the floor. Try not to lift the heels as we slowly place the spine down. That looks really nice, Elaine. Keep it going, slow as we can. And then lengthen at the bottom. Last one, we're going to come up for a forward fold on this one. So just bringing the arms up, anchoring those shoulders down. Inhale, breath, exhale. Bring the chin towards the chest and start to peel up, keeping the heels on the floor if we can. Lengthening at the top, really reach for the ceiling. This time we're just going to reach for the feet. You can flex the ankles a little bit here if you want to feel that stretch a little bit more into the calf. Lead with the chest. Try to get the chest as close to the knees as we can. Just hold. And release. Well done. Then we're going to do a seated exercise. So we're going to work spine twist. We're going to add a bit of arms in as well. We all remember this one from class. So we're going to sit nice and tall on the sit bones for this one. Crown of the head towards the ceiling, bringing the hands into our prayer position and then bringing the elbows together as well. So we're going to try and keep the gaze to the hands. We're going to do 2 little raises in the centre, just pulsing the arms up twice, and then we're going to exhale as we twist, keeping the spine nice and straight, and then 2 little raises on that twist. Coming back to centre, 2 little raises. So we should start to feel this in the arms fairly shortly. Trying to keep the elbows as close together as we can. So let the head and neck follow the line of the spine. Try not to hunch forwards, keep that spine nice and upright. That's it. Centre, 2 raises, exhale on that twist. Lovely. And pulse, that's it. 1, 2, back to centre, 2 more raises. Let's go for 1 more to each side. Really rotating through that spine. And last one. Back to centre. 2 more raises, 2, and then we're going to turn the palms of the hand face to face, and then we're going to bring the arms out nice and long, and then exhale. We're going to go for 5, keeping those elbows nice and tight. 4, nice and strong through the arm. 3, ouch. 2, last one. Inhale the arms away. Exhale as we bring the hands back towards the face. Well done. And then just relax the arms down to the side. Have a good little shake out of the shoulders there as well. Well done. And then we're going to work the other side of the obliques and the glutes. So coming down, feet in the opposite direction. So first we're going for that double leg raise. So squeezing from the side of the waist. So 1 nice straight line. Imagine we're sandwiched between 2 walls. Head relaxed down on the hand or the arm. And then we're going to come up with that double leg raise. So keeping the heels squeezed together for this one. So inhale, breath as we exhale. Lift and lengthen through the legs. So imagine somebody's pulling the feet away from you. You should feel that here. 3, 2. Nice and high with the legs. 1. And inhale it back down. Inhale, breath, exhale, squeeze the heels together, lengthen through the legs, engage through the quads. 3, 2, 1, and release back down. Last 2, deep breath in, exhale it up, hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Last one, as high as you can with the legs, this last one. Inhale, breath to crack. Exhale as we come up, lengthen through those legs and hold it here for 3, 2, heels stay together, 1, and lower back down. Well done. And then we're just going to bring the knees up level with the hips, 90-degree bend in the knee, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked, Lego underneath that waist, so lift the waist up from the floor, and we're just going to start with that deadlift just to wake up that glute. So don't leave the foot behind, keep the foot in line with the knee. So just lifting to above hip level, and then inhale, we're squeezing the knees back together. Exhale it up, so not too high, and then inhale as we lower, perfect. Let's keep it going. Let's go for 4 more. Oh gosh, 4-2 already. And last one. We're going to hold the leg up and we're going to extend the leg as much as we can. So straightening out through the leg and then bringing the knees together. So just increasing that lever length, making it a little bit harder on that glute. Squeeze that leg up. Inhale, control it back down. Keeping that waist lifted as well. My leg's shaking. Let's go for 4 more. 4. 3. Nearly there. 2. Repeat the door. 1. And then bringing the knee back to hip level. We're then going to sweep the leg back in line with the body and take it up into leg raise. Squeezing from the side of the bottom. So just working slightly different muscles in the glutes. Keeping that waist lifted. Keeping that leg lengthened. Let's go for 4 more. 3. 2. And this next one, we're going to hold it up at the top. We're going to pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg down and then bring the knees together again. Sliding that leg underneath the leg away, just give the bottom a little bit of a rub. And then we're going to roll onto our backs and stretch that glute back out again. So making sure you find imprint with the spine, just bringing that foot across the knee first and then bringing that leg up into tabletop position, getting that really nice stretch there into the glutes. And then just bringing the foot nice and gently back down to the floor. Hands interlink behind the head, fingers interlink behind the head, elbows out nice and wide. We're going to work across the waist again, so we're going to bring the opposite elbow over towards that knee. Take an inhale breath. As we exhale, leaving the other elbow down to the floor, we're just coming across the waist. Exhale, and then inhale, control it back down. Exhale it up and over. And inhale as we come back down. Let's go for 4 more. Inhale, return. Last 2. And last 1. Exhale it up. And inhale it down. Well done. And then pop that foot back down to the floor. We're going to work on an exercise called rolling back now. Some of you have done it before. So we're going to, again, find our neutral. So stabilize through the pelvis and the spine. Keep the distance between the ribs and the hips nice and short. Bringing the hands down to the side, collarbones out nice and wide. Legs come up into tabletop. But then we're going to widen the angle of the knee. So just lengthening, but not straightening the legs up towards the ceiling. We're going to fold the legs one over the other. And so this time we're going to roll back. So the hips come towards the ribs. So take an inhale breath. You can use the arms a little bit for this one as well. Pushing the weight down into the hands, and we're just going to lift up through the hips. Bring the hips towards the ribs. Inhale, hold. Exhale, slowly place the spine back down again. So it's like a roll up, but in reverse. So exhale to bring the knees towards the chest, lifting up through the hips, pushing down with the arms if we need to, and then coming back down. Trying not to use much momentum for this one, so we don't want to be just flinging the legs over. We really want to be using the core to control the hips up and down. If some people have the roll back here, so just uncross the legs, and we're going to bring the legs right up and over, parallel with the floor. We can have a little stretch there, and then back up to parallel, and just slowly place the spine back down. If you want to add a little flex into the ankle as we roll back down as well, just get a nice stretch down the posterior chain. If not, carry on with level one with the legs crossed, lifting up through the hips and slowly placing back down again. Let's see how you're getting on. So you can have a little play around with this one. Lovely, Abby. That's it. It's just really pushing down into the hands, trying to get those hips up an inch higher each time. Nice, Mum. And slowly place down. Lovely, Kate. Well done, Linda. Nice, Gina. I'm going to work on this one a little bit in the next few weeks. So let's make this one the last one. So lifting up through the hips. Nice inhale as we hold. You can use those arms to push down if you like. And slowly, slowly, slowly place the spine back down onto the floor. One vertebrae at a time, well done. Just bringing the feet down onto the floor now. I'm just going to relax the arms out to the side. Let's stretch those abdominals back out again because they've been shortened for quite a long time. So feet in line with the hips. And then we're just going to roll the knees over, keeping both hips down into the floor. So just getting a really nice stretch through the abdominals there. Deep breaths, really deep, breathe into the bottom and the side of the lungs. Get that stretch across the ribs too. And then just bringing the knees back through the center and over to the other side. Again, try to keep both hips down on the floor, both hips, both sides of the hip. And then just bring it back to center again. We're just going to take a little step out with the feet now. So just step feet to the outside to the mat, bring the arms out, level with the shoulders, palms facing up towards the ceiling. So you can really widen out through the legs here. Inhale, breath. As we exhale, we're going to roll the knees down towards the floor. Try and get the knees as close to the floor as we can as we roll the head in the opposite direction. So getting a really nice diagonal pull across the body. Again, deep breaths. And then slowly bring the knees back through the center and the head and down to the other side. Rolling the head away from the knees. And then back to center with the knees and the head. And then we're going to take it out into our full body stretch again. So getting that lovely release across the center, pulling the hands and feet away from each other. Deep breaths. And then bringing the arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing. Anchor the shoulders down into the floor. We're going to come back up into seated, so we're going to roll it up. Inhale, breath as we start to prepare the neck flexors. Lift the chin towards the chest. Heel the spine up from the mat. Keep the heels down if we can. And at the top, we're going to sit nice and tall. So reaching for the ceiling. And then just widen out through the legs. So nice and wide through the legs. And reach the arms and bring the hands all the way down to the floor, feeling that nice stretch into the hip. Stretching the spine as well. Just going to hold that stretch for a few seconds. And then just walking the hands up and over, up and round rather, grabbing hold of the foot, lower part of the leg. Again, try to lead with the breastbone as we bring the breastbone down toward the knees. Try not to hunch with the back on that one. Yeah. And walking the hands back through the centre. And over to the other side. Reaching towards the foot with the hands, leading again with the chest. And then just walking the hands back to centre. And walking the hands back towards you, rolling the spine back up and out. Well done. Then we're just going to come down onto our fronts and stretch down the abdominals with a nice cobra stretch. Again, for this one, I like to straddle the mat, relax the bottom, hands underneath the shoulders, index fingers pointing forwards, and just spread the fingers here, making sure those shoulders stay back. Take an inhale breath to prepare. As we exhale, push the floor away, keeping the shoulders down, keeping the bottom relaxed until we feel a really nice pull down the front. Lovely, and then just slightly lower it down, halfway down. We're going to come back up onto the knees, so bracing the core, protect that lower spine as you come back up. And then we're going to sit back between the heels again. You can widen out through the knees here if you want to feel a bit more of a stretch into the hip, but just lowering that upper body down into the floor. And then we're just going to lift up through the right shoulder. Have a little look underneath the right shoulder, pushing that left shoulder down into the floor. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So pushing that right armpit down into the floor, having a little look underneath the left shoulder. And then pushing both shoulders down, getting that lovely stretch into the shoulder there. Couple of focus breaths. And walking the hands back towards the body. We're then going to come onto all fours and just stretching the spine out now. So bringing the wrists to underneath the shoulders, knees in underneath the hips, so 4-point kneeling. Inhale breath. As we exhale, tucking the tailbone under, keeping the elbows soft, bringing the chin towards the chest and pushing up into the spine. Again, take some nice deep breaths in this position. Feel that stretch across the back of the rib cage. And then back through neutral. So return to neutral, go beyond neutral now. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, really stick out the bottom. And just let the neck follow the line of the spine on this one. And we're going back up into cat stretch again. So your tailbone tucks under, feel that stretch into the lower back as well. Chin comes towards the chest, really pushing up. Imagine you've got a hoist around the centre of the body, pulling you up towards the ceiling. And return to neutral, beyond neutral. Squeeze the shoulder blades, stick out the bottom. And let's just have a little look over one shoulder. Try and get a glimpse of the bottom. So just snaking the spine back to centre and back over to the other side. Try and get a glimpse of the bottom. And then coming back to centre again. We're going to return to neutral now. So really lengthen through the spine. Keeping the elbows nice and soft. Turning the toes underneath. We're going to come back up into our knee hover. So find that neutral shoulder position. Hover the knees above the mat and just slightly start to roll the heels back, but keep a nice bend in the knee here and just push the head through the arms. So keeping the knees really soft. You should feel a really nice stretch there across the rib cage. And then we can start to pull, push, and roll the heels back in. Feeling a nice stretch into the calf. And then keeping the knees soft, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Returning the weight back to the feet again and going back into that flop position. So relaxing through head, neck and shoulders. Let the arms feel heavy, let the head feel heavy. Give the head a bit of a shake, yes. Feel the head, no. Take a nice deep inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to start to really engage through the core and lifting up through the pelvic floor. Rebuild the spine one vertebrae at a time. Just really nice and slowly coming up and coming back up and out. At the top, make sure you just do a couple of really big shoulder rolls. Just pop those shoulders back down